Do you know that a strange and terrifying tragedy once happened in Boston, United States? This tragedy occurred in winter, specifically on January 15th, 1919. Not an earthquake, not a war, nor a big fire, but the wave of molasses attack. Molasses is a thick, dark brown liquid used to make sugar, bread, candy, and fermented drinks, and has a sticky texture like thick syrup. No one expected that a food liquid could turn into a deadly disaster. In the North End area of Boston stands a giant steel tank owned by the United States Industrial Alcohol Company. The tank is 15 meters high, nearly 30 meters in diameter, and capable of storing more than 8 million liters of molasses. Long before that incident occurred, the local residents had actually been suspicious for a long time. Some people said that the tank often made cracking noises, the steel walls vibrated, and even molasses sometimes leaked from small cracks. Even the children around often take the molasses that drips from the tank to be used as a snack. Instead of repairing the company completely, they painted the tanks in dark colors so that the leaks would not be too visible. On January 15, 1919, the temperature in the city of Boston suddenly changed drastically. Previously, the air was very cold, then suddenly warmed. This change in temperature was suspected to increase the pressure inside the tank. In addition, around 12:30 in the afternoon, the tank had just been filled with additional molasses from the delivery ship, which clearly made the tank even more full. Not long after the filling was completed, the residents heard a loud sound like an explosion. The giant steel tank suddenly burst completely, and millions of liters of molasses now turned into a wave of death that claimed the life of someone nearby. A wave of viscous liquid several meters high moved very quickly through the city streets, with some reports stating that its speed could reach more than 50 kilometers per hour. Because the molasses liquid is very heavy and sticky, it is capable of destroying and sweeping away wooden buildings, carts, utility poles, and even railway tracks are made damaged by it. People who are hit by the wave find it difficult to move because their bodies are trapped in thick liquid, like giant glue. The tense situation at that time caused someone to be swept away by the molasses flow, trapped in the debris, and even had difficulty breathing because the liquid entered the mouth and nose. The cargo horses also got stuck on the sticky streets. The victims, who were difficult to lift, caused the rescue team to experience great difficulties. Not only that, the rescue equipment also struggled because the area was filled with thick fluid. Police, soldiers, and residents needed hours to evacuate the victims. This tragedy caused 21 people to die and around 150 people to be injured, with some victims experiencing broken bones, serious injuries, and shortness of breath due to being buried by molasses. After the disaster was over, the problems were not completely finished. All the roads were covered with thick, sticky layers of molasses, and cleaning took weeks. Officials even had to use seawater to continuously wash the streets, and buildings also had to be cleaned manually. Boston residents even said that the sweet smell of molasses could still be smelled for months. Reportedly, during hot weather, some people claimed they could still smell that sweetness in the area of the former incident. This incident certainly triggered a major investigation, which eventually revealed that the tank design was poor. The steel was too thin and then inadequate. This case became one of the important examples in the history of American industrial safety. After this incident, the government tightened construction regulations, technical inspections became more serious, and companies were required to conduct safety tests more strictly to prevent the same incident from happening again. Subscribe for the next interesting history.